This is the Darren Green Show. Alright, yeah, is it working? Yeah, okay, good. Because let me tell you something, child. Let me tell you something. I was about to call the Creative Cloud and be like, yo, y'all shit is messing up. Now, I already can't use Premiere for some reason. It's not processing my videos. And now Audition acting up. Y'all need to fix this, okay? Because I'm paying $19 a month. Sorry for that little slight rant. I'm just dealing with a whole lot. But anyway, welcome to the Darren Green Show. I'm your host, Darren Green, here to give you another great episode, another stellar episode. And we're just gonna I'm just gonna talk my shit today. How you guys been? I've been hanging in there. I really have. It's a whole lot that's going on, a whole lot of extra stuff that I just need to let pass and just keep it moving. I don't have time for it. Like, it's just a whole lot, but we'll get into it in a little bit of that intro. But before we get into any logistics, like I said, if you like this podcast and you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell to get notified of all of my videos. Don't worry, I know y'all been getting these audiograms, but y'all gonna get some video content soon. I just need like a artist to come out with an album. Like, they're taking forever. Like, come on. Because I'm only doing reaction videos. But also, I mean, if you're listening to this on YouTube or wherever, like, if y'all need me to do gaming, because I play Sims, and I've been thinking about doing the whole Sim gaming thing, but I don't know. But yeah, just tell me what you think. Oh my God, more logistics. If you're listening to this on iTunes and Google Play, hit that subscribe button and also give me a 5-star rating. And everywhere else that you listen to podcasts at, hi, how are you doing? Love you, my listeners. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TDGS official, and you can also follow my personal page. I'll be posting up for the personal on Black Kindle. Like I said, everything is in the description of from wherever you're listening or watching this video on. Okay, so let's get into the intro for a little bit. I want to talk about some things. First of all, happy 4th of July, but you guys are going to be listening to this on Friday. So, happy belated, even though I'm recording this on 4th of July. Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. Yeah, I kind of pre-gamed the day before. That's why I'm kind of like a little hungover right now, but I'm good. We're going to keep this moving. But today there's just, honey, I'm not celebrating this country, But anyway, no, happy 4th of July, I guess, because certain people had their independence this day. Not all, unless, that's on period. Anyway, I'm just going to start with a little intro. My internship is doing well. It's just a lot. And I know I said on the last podcast, like, the podcast is going to sound really, really great. But, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just getting to know that technology over there. It kind of sounded a little muffled, and I don't like muffled sounding, like, audio. You get what I'm saying? And then it also was just too low. Like, the file, like, the volume of it, I had to, like, I had to amplify it up, but I didn't notice. That's why I really hate sound. Like, I love working with sound, but, like, to get that perfect pitch, that perfect sound that you hear on, like, the radio and stuff like that, it's just really difficult to get there. I mean, you have to get the mic, and then you have to have the dynamics and the editing tools and stuff like that. I just want to record and post and have it be good. But, I feel like this podcast with this microphone that I do have is very efficient, and it's going to get me where I need to go. Now, I was working on a lot of PSAs. PSAs in that radio station is considered like ads. So I was working on that, and good little resume builder, honey. I record, I edit, and I post. Okay, but no, they sound really great. I want to talk about my upcoming Minneapolis trip, child. I'm gonna hold everything that I have to say until after this trip. But it's already some things, Okay, so basically for my club in my newspaper club in my school, we're having a conference, and it's like where we have different workshops, like certain people that are like in certain positions in this club. Like, for example, someone that's an editor for news or A&E or whatever, they have specific tracks, and I specifically wanted the radio track. Now, I was put in digital journalism, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, why am I not in radio track? We agreed that it was going to be on radio track, but when I talked to the club advisor, she said that, well, we don't have a radio station, so it wouldn't make sense for you to be in it or something. You know, it's nothing that you can take back and learn. And you also have the internship. And I'm like, okay. First of all, I thought it was a mistake. And I'm like, second of all, oh, so you thought about this and you didn't even let me know. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just certain things that I just, that's why I was kind of apprehensive about doing any conferences, especially if it's like to the point where I have to take a plane. You know how I feel about planes. Now, if you don't know, I don't like planes. I don't know, because every time I'm about to get on one, I always see something the week before with some bad turbulation or some crash or some shit. Now I gotta think about that shit when I'm on the plane. Like, I don't feel like doing that. And I feel like me going on this trip, like, it just wasn't my choice, because I asked for people's advice, which I'm not going to do anymore. You know, things that I want to go to, I'm going to agree or disagree in going to. Okay? And I feel like I was just asking certain people, and it was like, go, like, you need to go, like, you need to get out. I'm like, everything I need is right here. You know, Philly is right around the corner. New York is just a train ride away. I don't need to do nothing. That's all I need. And then, shit, I live in New Jersey, so we got Jersey beaches. So the beach right there. Had my own little Miami spring break in Jersey. All right. I don't like planes. Like, I really don't. And I'm really dreading this. Like, I'm telling you, after this little conference or whatever, and then we're doing one in Washington, I do want to go to that one, because we're going on the train to get there. And I like Washington, D.C. But other than that, I'm not doing no more conferences like that, because it has to be something that I want to do. Now, digital journalism, I looked it up. Ain't no different than blogging. Like, I'm not no blogger. I don't write up like stories and stuff. I talk shit about people. Well, famous, excuse me. I talk shit about famous people. Like, oh my God, I don't. We'll just see, because I'm gonna hold all my comments until I come back. And speaking of that, I won't be doing a pre-show or an episode next week. So, because I leave on Wednesday and I come back Sunday, I'm be tired as hell. So I'm not gonna have time to do anything. I might give you a pre-show on Monday, but that's determining on how I feel, because I have a baby shower to go to. My best friend, shout out to my best friend. I'm going to that on Monday, and I'll just see where my energy is at if I want to do a podcast. Because I might just end up just posting something on Friday about it. Yeah, so you'll get that. Has any of y'all been having issues with Instagram though? Like yesterday, it's working now, but yesterday, like, and kind of like the day before that, I was trying to flip through my Instagram, because, you know, I'd be bored. I'd just be like looking to see what's going on, and certain posts could not load, and I'm thinking, like, is it my mobile data or something like that? Is it the Wi-Fi connections that I'm in or something? I'm like, what is going on with my Instagram? But no, the ads was working perfectly. I'm like, yo, what is just the ad day? I was just like, you know what? Off of my phone. Instagram be having too much issues. Y'all cannot be the best app and having issues, technically. Like, come on now. Y'all got to get that together. But anyway, I done talked my little intro or whatever. But I want to, get into the hot topics. It's time for, me to talk about some things. Now, I have a couple of things to talk about. A couple of interesting things, couple of things that make me mad, and we'll have to talk about it. But first of all, this podcast is brought to you by crackheads. Okay, don't you just can't stand them? Oh my God, they always got something to say. They always want money from some. Oh my God. So yeah, this podcast is brought to you by crackheads, and we're gonna get into it. So Chris Brown, so Chris Brown decided to release a song off his highly anticipated album Indigo called I Need a Stack. Yeah, we know why you need a stack, Sharon. Now, this is a song where he also sing in a line, I only rock with black bitches with the nice hair. Okay, he said that in his song, I Want a Stack. Now, of course, these lyrics are problematic, but also there are undertones of colorism in these lines. when the term good hair is typically means loose, straight, curly, and bad hair is kinky, which is kinky hair is like the new wave now. Like a lot of girls, a lot of black women, and men too. Like, child, come on, a lot of men have kinky hair, and I feel like it's an issue because it's always an issue because black women does it, like their hair should be curly or straight. Like, man, no, okay, but that's his preference. You get what I'm saying? I didn't have a problem with that. I didn't have a problem with the hair shit, and I'm gonna be honest right then and there. You referred to women as black bitches, and that to me is just very taboo. You get what I'm saying? That's just something that you don't. You get what I'm saying? You could have, if you would have just said, I only fuck with bees in general with good hair, I would have been fine with that. But no, but you said black bitches, and that's the issue. And if you don't understand, in 2019, calling somebody a black bitch is just like calling a gay person the F word. It's like calling like a white person calling a black man the N word, hard R. Like, that's the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So right from the rep, I'm like, yeah. And the song I heard snippets of the song, but because you said that, I ain't gonna listen to it. You ain't getting the stream from me. Now, any hair that's considered kinky is not considered good hair, of course. So of course, Black Twitter lighted a fire under his ass. I mean, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. A lot of people call him colorist, a coon, anti-black, and the list goes on. One of the tweets that really stuck out to me was when you probably shouldn't have insulted your core fans. I'm paraphrasing. And I'm like, that's 100% factual because most of the people that listen to Chris Brown's music is black women, to be honest. It ain't men unless he's rapping, men is listening to Chris Brown. Unless they're gay. But mostly it's women. So you disrespected your core fan base. That's just like Nicki Minaj saying something negative about the LGBT community. I'm like, well, bitch, honey, half of your fans is gay. So what you doing? You want to lose your fans? So it's like, that was just a dumb move on him. And to me, it's not even about the good hair thing. It's the fact that you called them black bitches. And it's also the fact that you were being a bitch about it in social media, because his response to everybody, only the ugly people mad about it. I'm like, no, there was some cute women that was talking crap about you now. It ain't all ugly, child. Now, hold on. Another tweet that was interesting that I wanted to mention was when the person said, it's funny how Chris Brown never uplifted black women, but black women have always uplifted him. And which is another thing I'm like, that is absolutely true. Because, when you first got backlash for being Rihanna, I seen a lot of black women, black women, of course, that said, well, maybe Rihanna did this, or maybe Rihanna hit him first, or this, that, and the third. Like, they was giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like, you get what I'm saying? And when your ass couldn't perform at the Michael Jackson tribute at a BET Awards, it was, because of your restraining order, it was a black woman that decided not to show up the following year so that your ass can do a day late and a dollar short performance for Michael Jackson. So let's be clear. Black women is always lifting you up, but you're not lifting them up. Okay. So, a lot of people got into it. A lot of famous people got into it. One is Tokyo Vanity, which I wanted to go in on that because she also said that, yeah, he been a colorist, this, that, and the third, but I had some friends that she was trying to get into a VIP, but she wouldn't let one of my friends in because she was dark skinned. And then this started a whole new trend because there was a lot of girls coming out saying, oh yeah, I know a friend that had the same situation with him, or I was in that same situation, this, that, and the third. So yeah, Tokyo Vanity started a movement on the Shade Room. And I guess that's when that's when he really started to get on social media and have that rhetoric like, oh yeah, only ugly bitches is saying bad stuff about me and this, that, and the third. I'm like, and then he had the nerve, the gall. Hold on. Yeah, and people rallied behind Tokyo and saying there's similar experiences. Now, he tried to roast her now. And that's the part that got me. Because you trying to roast somebody that has made her career on Vine roasting the shit out of people. And when I tell you she came back at him on Instagram, because what he tried to do a little dumbass. He put a picture up on his little Insta story, and the caption like, "Dang girl, you fine," like this, and trying to holler at her or whatever. And it was all jokingly, and just in spite of what she said. And when she got on her little Instagram, I was no more good. I'm like, she said, because I'm not your type. You like the coke. I'm like, oh, you like the crack. Like, come on. Now, I feel like what really makes him a bad person is the fact that you didn't even want to defend yourself. You didn't even want to be like, oh, well, actually, that's not true. So and so and so. You get what I'm saying? No, you went right for the jugular. I would have respected your ass if you would have been like, no, that ain't never happened. Here's my receipts. And then come for Tokyo. You get what I'm saying? Because, she just came for you. No, you just came for her, and then you just disrespectful on social media. I'm like, oh no, you get no support. And that's why I feel like you ain't getting a stream from me. I didn't heard that album yet. I already heard that it was only 3 songs was really good in there. The whole album was trash. And I'm just like, And a lot of people's going to be like that. A lot of people's going to start boycotting you. You're going to slow your views, and your little attraction is going to slow up because people are not going to rock with your stuff no more. Now, I had conversations with people, especially yesterday with my friends or whatever, and they said that, they said I was biased for whatever reason. I'm like, I'm not biased. At the end of the day, the hair thing, it didn't bother me. It's just you referred to black women as black bitches, which is taboo. Period. The hair thing, I will say this. Now, the conversation was talking about his black women with, in the hair, like what he defines as good hair for black women, or to his liking, his preference is black women with good hair. It turned into colorism because Tokyo came out with the whole thing like, yeah, my friend wouldn't get into his VIP section because she was dark skinned. So I will say that, you can't equate the two together, good hair. And because at the end of the day, like, these are just people saying their experiences. Tokyo wasn't there. You get what I'm saying? And we don't have no real receipts of him denying any dark-skinned women in his VIP. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know the numbers, a lot of people come out the woodwork. You get what I'm saying? Saying, oh yeah, my experience with this, that, and the third. People with 10,000 followers will sit there and say, yeah, he did this to me, this, that, and child, you be lying for clout. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know about that. This is all alleged. Let's do a heavy allege. Now, do I think he's a colorist? It's arguably he could be, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know for sure as a fact. You get what I'm saying? But I do feel like he's disrespectful to black women. Calling them out their names, black bitches, is just taboo. Like I said this 3 times. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's my whole fault with him. Like, no, you gonna refer to them? Just don't say it. You get what I'm saying? Now, my best friend pointed out this though. Why isn't any black men saying anything about this? Other, black women. Because let me tell you something. When Kodak Black said what he said about Lori London, saying that, trying to hit on her or whatever after Nipsey Hussle just died. Oh, we got something from T.I. said some shit. The Game. All these rappers said something. And a whole lot of others. I don't know any off the top of my head. They all said something, but no one is saying nothing now. You get what I'm saying? We're not getting that type of same energy with this situation. So it's just like, so y'all really agree with him. Y'all really agree with what he's saying. But, that's just how it is. I guess Chris Brown is more respected than Kodak Black, because Kodak Black has been in the industry saying the most dumbest shit. You get what I'm saying? And he definitely is a colorist. heavy on it. Now, is Chris Brown the colorist? It's, he also shared like a photo of his old song back in 2009 talking about brown skin girl, saying that, oh, I love brown skin. The song was just trash, and it just was just, I don't know, it just seemed for show to me. I don't know. And I'm like, that's supposed to be your proof or your explanation of why, yeah, no, y'all wrong. No. Say why y'all wrong. You need to come out with a statement and be like, no, this is a preference. And my thing is this, I'm all for people with preferences. You get what I'm saying? But you cannot down anybody else because you have a preference for you get what I'm saying? You can't down anybody else that's not your preference. You get what I'm saying? You if it's true that you're denying people that's dark skinned in your VIP area, I'm like, you not messing with them. You're not having sex with all of them in the damn VIP line. So it's not like it's like a situation where you're attracted to people. Okay, yes, if you're attracted and you want to sit there and do other things with people, do those type of things with people, that's fine. Like, you can have your preference. But like in social events, like, are you kidding me? Like, oh yeah, I don't want to be seen around no dark skinned women. I'm like, man, that just don't sound right. But hopefully more things will come out and we'll get the 401, because like I said, this is all alleged. I don't know if it's true or not. Try to get things on record, because there's certain states that's it's illegal to, but we'll just see what happens after that. To conclude about this whole situation, I just don't stop. Let me not, because people are gonna be like, oh, don't boycott. You always want to boycott black people. Da, 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 da. I'm just not gonna listen to your shit no more. Like, it's a done bun. He's already sorry, a woman beater is on his little thing. He already does crack. He been a crackhead child. He has some homophobic situations, and now Colorist. I'm done. Done. And every time, and I do, because before I was like that, I was like, oh my God, you should give him the benefit of the doubt. He made a mistake, this, then, the third, because, I was a fan of his, and I was really happy when I thought that him and Nicki was going to be on tour, but I was like, oh my God, Chris Brown is going to be good, but no, you go back, you go back, every time I give y'all an inch, every time I give y'all celebrities an inch, y'all take a whole mile, child. I can't. But no, I wanted to talk about something else. Moreover, on news, Taylor Swift tells it all on Tumblr. Let's talk about it now. Now, Taylor Swift turned to Tumblr last Sunday to express how she felt disappointed and betrayed that her Big Machine catalog had been sold to a company owned by music manager Scooter Braun or whatever his name is, Scooter Bryan or whatever. And she wrote, this is the worst case scenario. On Sunday, the Big Machine label group, Swift's former label, and the owner of her master records from 2006 self-entitled debut 2017 Reputation, has been sold to Brian's Arches holders as part of a $300 million deal. So they bought all of her albums is bought by them. You get what I'm saying? They own it. She doesn't own it. Now, on Tumblr, she wrote that she was upset about the transactions, not only because it prevented her from owning her own catalog, but it also, because of who was purchasing the rights to her music. It was her, because the Scooter guy was her manager, and they had fallen out. And the manager ended up owning all of her masters, which is kind of messed up. You get what I'm saying? This is, and I like how, before we get into more of the news, I like how the Honest channel on YouTube, shout out to him, broke it down like, okay, if you built 3 good houses and the landowner buys them all, you get what I'm saying? Like, you worked hard on them, you worked really hard, tireless on those houses, and the landowner comes on and be like, I'm buying it. And you don't reap no type of benefits from it. You get what I'm saying? That is messed up, and I feel like that's the injustice in the musical industry. And you don't see this with the male artists. You do, you probably seen it back in the day, but now, no. You get what I'm saying? So, this is what Taylor had to say. For years, I asked and pled for a chance to own my own work. Instead, I was given the opportunity to sign back to Big Machine Records and earn one album back at a time, one every new, uh, one for every new one I turned in. This is what she wrote. I walked away because I knew once I signed the contract, Scott would sell the label, thereby selling me and my future. I had to make the choice to leave behind the past, music I wrote on my bedroom floor, and videos I dreamed up and paid for from money I earned playing in bars, then clubs, then arenas, and now stadiums, honey. She was playing in stadiums. And basically it's a lot. I felt bad. And that was a little bit of what she said. She had a whole post on Tumblr. And I watched a lot of commentary, and a lot of people that were on YouTube and on podcasts and stuff like that were saying that basically she built that label from the ground up. Like, she literally was the backbone of that label. Anybody heard about that? I always thought that she would be on a label that's more like known, like Atlantic or Republic or something like that. No, she was on like a smaller label, and she built it up, and now they turned her back on her. And I feel like that's just shows the misogyny. Like I said in prior podcasts, it shows the misogyny in the music industry, because like I said, you don't see this with male artists. And it's funny how her and the guy Scooter, that's just so weird how now he owns all of her masters, like, and she was her manager. Like, that's what you gotta watch who you get managed by, because they will have you in these streets looking crazy. And I don't know, but I just didn't agree with like the people, like the other singers that were trying to talk their little mess or whatever, saying, oh no, Scooter's a good person or whatever. Like Justin Bieber, how you gonna sit there and come for Dan Taylor? And then you gonna retract that shit back because you knew you was wrong and be like, oh no, sorry Taylor, girl, bye. Stand in your truth. Stand in your damn truth. And you obviously don't want to do that. And also Demi Lovato, like, she also said something like, oh, he's my manager. Ain't nobody gonna talk about my manager. Like, I ride for my team. Girl, now, I'm gonna be wrong if I say this, but if some Swiftie fans want to, because you ain't got no room to be talking. You always talking that mess, but then when some Swiftie fans come for your ass, then you want to snort yourself into a induced coma. Let's be honest. So I don't even know why the hell she talking. And don't act like Scooter ain't gonna do you wrong, because then you gonna be, years later, you gonna be like, oh my god, like Scooter bought all my masses, like snort, like, girl, bye. Tired of these crackheads. Like I said, I told you this podcast is brought to you by crackheads, because they really trying me. But as for Taylor, I really feel bad for Taylor, and I feel like girls, like, and she also brought up the whole Kim and Kanye situation, and which was like they really painted her out to be the bad guy, and I really do feel like Taylor was just, wow. I feel like her, Nicki, and now I guess Ariana, because Ariana getting under fire from that whole Grammy situation, they need to come together and fight the man. You get you get what I'm saying? Because they are doing all types of crazy stuff in there. But I don't know too much insight on it, because I don't have no sources or anything like that. But I do hear and I do read a lot of blogs, and I do feel like it's messed up what is going on in this industry, and it needs to get better. This industry needs to be under new management, child. It do. These labels, there's got to be another way to be a successful artist without the labels. Or maybe singers should start really doing real life labels. Like, I know a lot of people talk about, like Jay-Z and all them talk about, but how many people from their label, quote unquote, actually pops? You get what I'm saying? If the singers come together and form their own company, you get what I'm saying? I feel like that would be great. Shoot, get them all to work together, because I feel like everybody doing their own separate stuff, and it's not working. But don't listen to little me. I don't know nothing about no music industry, child. I'm just speaking the truth. But anyway, another thing I wanted to talk about. Goddamn, these damn dogs is out here in my damn house barking up a storm. I'm telling you, I gotta get out of this area. But anyway, I wanted to talk about this because this was like a very weird situation. So social media reacts to Nicki Minaj performing at a ultra conservative Saudi Arabia. Now, Nicki Minaj is performing in Saudi Arabia at the Jeddah World Fest later this month, and it's a big deal. For starters, the ultra-conservative kingdom previously had decades of restriction on entertainment. First of all, to put things into perspective, there's no concerts in a place where Saudi mortality police would raid establishments that played loud music. This is according to ABC News. But people aren't shook about, Nicki. It's more or less of her sex-positive lyrics are things that would have never been allowed in the country. While her fans on social media praise the government for taking a step in a more progressive direction by bringing Nicki to Saudi Arabia, others criticize the governments for allowing her to perform but requiring Saudi Arabian women to attend the concert wearing their modest full-length robes and stuff. In addition, rocking in Saudi Arabia, most Saudi women, they wear the veils and the hats and stuff. They cover themselves up. So it's like, Nicki's going to be wearing what she's going to be wearing, and they're just going to be fully clothed. And I don't know how I feel about this. I just feel like this is just, it's weird because I feel like a lot of people say, like, did they not Google Nicki Minaj? So I'm like, is this like some kind of mistake, or I don't know what's going on. I just don't want my girl to get arrested because you know how them countries are, child. They be arresting people just because they wear a little less, and they might get them for prostitution, because that's a real thing. Like when Eva Marcel said she was from Housewives of Atlanta and also America's Next Top Model, she said that she got arrested in her time in Japan because they thought that she was prostituting because of what she had on. I'm like, child. And police probably gonna come over there. I'm like, don't get arrested because you don't want to get arrested in other countries, child. I heard them jail cells, child. I don't know. I don't. Why is she doing other concerts when she need to be doing this concert in America? When are we getting this? Oh, child. I'm like, I don't know. But tell me what you think in the comments or whatever. Now, one more thing that I wanted to talk about before we conclude the show. Shout out to Haley Bailey for getting casted as the role as Ariel in a live-action Little Mermaids movie. Had a lot of mixed reviews on social media, but let me tell you something. You white racist people, y'all gonna have to be mad. Because I like this concept. I like where this is going. I think this movie would have good potential. I hope it's not like the Cinderella. I said Cinderella. The Cinderella with Brandy. I hope it's not like that. I hope it's like more or less of the Snow White. Remember with the girl from Twilight? I forgot her name, but you know who I'm talking. Bella. If it's a live action movie, you get what I'm saying? So, it has to be live in action. And people are saying, well, if they're going to make her Little Mermaids, they might as well make Triton Idris Elba. And I'm like, I stand. I second that notion. But no, I mean, I don't know. It's people going to have their mixed reviews, but at the end of the day, like, we have to diversify the movies, give people more roles. Just because, I mean, they could have just did like any old white girl as to play Ariel in Little Mermaids, whatever. But and then they would have made maybe they would have made Ursula Black, for our cultural diversity. But no, like, mate, we're gonna have Ariel. Ariel's gonna be a nice little cute black girl. She favors Ariel, to be honest. Like, she looks like she could be like a mermaid. So shout out to her. And also shout out to Denelly Brooks. She just announced her pregnancy. Now, those who don't know who Denelly Brooks is, that's Tasty from Orange is the New Black. And that's my girl. She's funny as hell. I just wanted to give her a little shout out. If you ever listen to this podcast, shout out to you. Because we going to get this last season. This last season is supposed to come out July 26th. That's like that show is literally the grandfather of Netflix original shows. Like, there was no original shows on Netflix until like Orange is the New Black came out, and it was like, whoa, like, this is good. Like, we got to keep this going. So that's why they came out with this show, that show. It was all over the place. Another thing I wanted to talk about too, I like how Dwayne Wade shows support for Lil Nas X, because there was some people And I just wanted to just talk about this for a little bit. There was some people that were, going a little bit too overboard with the whole situation where people are overgeneralizing his song Old Town Road, which pisses me off because this is like, like he literally probably was just singing about horses because he likes horses, and y'all making it seem like some kind of sexualized thing because he came out or whatever. I'm like, thank you, straight people, honey, because y'all done made it worse. And people on goddamn Instagram, child, now what's going on with Lil Boozy? Like every time something in the news that's LGBT related, you always got to put your little 2 cents into it. I need to know what's going on, Lil Boozy. I need to know. But as for like Lil Nas X, just don't feed into it, child. I mean, he's been joking about it on Twitter, so it's not like that bad. But he has been, I guess, getting frustrated with some of the backlash and some of the people that are talking crap. And then there's some gay people that are saying, oh, what's wrong with the black LGBT? Bitch, it's not the black LGBT that's making fun of him now. The Barb's going to do what they're going to do because they want him to confirm that he had a stand page. But as for everybody else, like I said before, they were just making tweets that appeared to be funny. But it's really the straight people that's really have a lot to say about it, because I feel like they were duped in this situation because a lot of people enjoyed that song and a lot of people was fans of his and whatever. It's just like a lot of country people was fans of his, but after he came out, it was an issue. So I don't know. We'll just see what happens, child. But anyway, I think that's it for this episode of the podcast. It looks like I've talked for a good 35 minutes, which is acceptable, I guess. Hope you've enjoyed this podcast. Like I said, if you are listening to me on iTunes or Google Play, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and give me a 5-star rating. Now, if you're watching me on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell to get notified of all of my videos. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, TDGS official, please. And also, give me some comments, give me some feedback. I want to know, I know that you guys are listening, but I need you to just tell me what you think about the show, because I feel like this is like a one-sided conversation, I don't know. But we'll get into it later. Until next time, I'm your host, Darren Green, and this is The Darren Green Show, signing out.